Happy Sunday, everybody. Yes, I am here with you, and you are here with me, Kiara the Voice, and we are joined here together on another super fantastic Sunday. Yes, give yourself a round of applause today. Give yourself that notification that you are amazing and that you have grown. Yes, no matter what was happening yesterday, the day before, the year before, years before, you are here and now, and that means you are improving. I think a lot of the time we forget to take a moment to look at the successes that we've gained in our life and realize that we are growing and that our individual growth is reflected by the outside growth of those who we've surrounded ourselves with. And when we see our friends, our family, our new people that we've made in our life growing and budding and becoming who they truly are, that should be a reflection of where you are and where you are going. I know I talked about conditional love and unconditional love last week and how conditional love can put you in this trap of needing to be liked in order to love, or people needing to do things for you in order for that to be the love that's happening. But really, when I break that down and I start to learn to unconditionally love myself, I realize that the biggest way I can do this is by reflecting on where I was and seeing where I am right now. Noticing that as we ascend and we hop to these new levels within our own life's trajectory, we still get into these new comfort zones. And these new comfort zones become new little cycles that, even though, yes, we're over here as opposed to over there, over here, we're still creating habits that are keeping us just at this level, when really we want to continuously be going up, up, and away out of here so we can be our fullest versions of ourselves. You have to remember to reflect on where you were and see where you're at so that you can note to yourself what your success has been and where your success will be when you continue to grow in the love that you have for yourself, unconditionally encouraging you. Can you encourage yourself beyond other people noting and saying to you what you are? Are you able to encourage yourself? We have to be able to take moments to really, truly encourage ourselves so that we don't get left behind. And you're the only one that can leave you behind. Your friends can't leave you behind, nothing. Everybody has to grow and impact the world the way that they're supposed to. They can't wait for you. Their growth has to encourage and enable a new sense and trigger something in you to change the comfort zone that you're at right now and ascend. For me, one or two things that I did this week that I never usually do was every idea that I had come into my mind, whether I be driving, whether I be watching something on television, whether I be out with friends, every idea that would come to my mind, I recorded it. Voice memo, talk it out. If I'm thinking about a concept, if I'm thinking about life, if I'm thinking about the way in which we, or me, myself, has been feeling like I'm not pushing myself, then I write it out. Then I speak it to my phone so that I can play it back to myself and I can say, wow, okay, here's what I noticed. Here's what my brain was realizing that I need to do. A lot of the time, because it's happening in our heads, we won't write it down and take it as a note. But this year, I'm taking it as notes. All day long, I come up with ideas, and finally, I'm able to see all of the ideas I come up with every day. And now that I see them in my face, I can now see what I can do with them. I now have ideas for so many different commercials, so many different shows, plays, things that have always been kept inside of me, but that for some reason I was too afraid to just write it down. I was too afraid that I would write it down, I would show it to someone and they wouldn't like it. I would write it down, I would show it to someone and they would want to tweak things, and you know, I'm an artist so I'm sensitive about my shit. But I was so afraid about what the other people around me would think about the ideas in my head that I wouldn't even let the ideas in my head become real things. I wouldn't let them manifest into my reality. I would just keep them there. You can't keep the ideas in your head if you want to receive them in this time, in this place we call here and now. You have to express, you have to create, you have to produce, you have to release all of that is happening in you so you can even make sense of your life. This even goes into when you are thinking about past traumas that you've experienced. You really have to take the time to think about what you've experienced in your life and how that's affected you, and how you can say you forgive yourself, or how you can say, okay, this is what happened. Now let me learn the habits of what I want to be, and let me instill those in my life here and now so that nothing can ever bring me down, and I stay rising higher and higher and higher and higher and higher up into the sky, and I pull people up with me. This marathon is your marathon. You cannot be responsible for everyone around you's growth. You have to solely encourage yourself and those around you by your belief in what you can do. And when people love you and they see you growing and they see that what you said is what's actually manifesting, they will make the habits and changes within their life to do that for themselves. Because we all have individual purposes here on this planet in this lifetime. And together, when we're each ascending and living out that full purpose that we were sent here to do, we will be at a more balanced place. The competition that this country is run by really takes away from the true camaraderie that life instills in all living things. Working together, this cycle of living. There is no competition in life. What's meant to be will be, and what is not will not. We as humans have the power of choice, so choose to be different than you were 2 seconds ago. Choose to enable all of the tools that you see others around you using, and tools that you may have learned about, into your life that will help you ascend and get past this new comfort zone. We ain't trying to be comfortable. We are not trying to be comfortable. We are trying to be amazing, to be great, to be impactful, to be the generation that changes the way in which we really live. Don't you ever forget that. And being a young Black woman in America right now reminds me each and every day that the fight is not over, but it's not a fight of who has what. It's a fight of mentality. We must change the way in which we've been thinking about ourselves first. We must change the way in which we've been thinking about ourselves in this environment that was built around the oppression of us. And then we must decide for ourselves, am I going to really continue to fight what already is? Or am I going to truly live in the new light, with the new mindset, with the new engagement that I have, and encourage everybody around me to look at things differently so we can do things differently? All of the people who are willing to change, all of the people who are making the choice to change, let's connect with one another so that we can be the change we wish to see in this world. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to release my download and share that with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all your love, all your support, all your encouragement, all your insight, for all your views. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for loving you today. You might just give myself a little hug. Just give myself a little hug. You gotta give yourself a little hug. Give yourself a little kiss yourself. Love on you today, and tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. I love you. You mean the moon, the stars, the entire Milky Way galaxy to me. And until next time.